Hey my awesome people, Hamza here and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you on how you can actually get paid. And that means we're going to talk about payment gateways. Let's get started. Before we get started, this video is part of my Elementor and WooCommerce video series where I show you how to create an e-commerce store using Elementor and WooCommerce. And in the previous video, I showed you how to create a checkout page just like this over here. And in this video, I want to take you through on how you can integrate with a couple of payment gateways so that you can start receiving payments from your clients. But before we start talking about payment gateways, what is a payment gateway and what does it basically do on your website? In a nutshell, a payment gateway company is a company that enables you to integrate with several payment processors so that if I am a client and I want to pay up on your website, I'll go to your website and through this payment gateway, I'll be able to use my favorite card. For example, my debit card, my MasterCard, my Visa card, or my MTN mobile money. Now, there are a couple of payment gateways, but the whole process of someone purchasing a product on your website is literally the same once you have a payment gateway integrated on your website. If a client comes to your website, they'll be pointed to a product, and once they select what product they want to buy, they'll come to this checkout page we created, and at that checkout page, they will choose what option to pay with. And that will depend on which payment gateways that you're using. Some payment gateways enable someone to pay with mobile payments. Others only enable one to pay with, for example, card payments, bank transfers, and a lot more. And in this video, I'll cover about 5 payment gateways that you may choose from based on where you are selling from. And once your client chooses which payment gateway to pay with, then their payment will be sent to that payment gateway company, which will later on be sent to your bank. And from the bank, that means that the money is now back to the site owner. I hope that actually makes sense. So without any further ado, let's get started on which payment gateways that you can actually consider to use for your business. Regarding my recommendations for payment gateways, I want to specify that I would want to categorize this based on the seller location. For example, a seller from Europe may have different options for which payment gateways to use than a seller based in Southern Africa, or a seller based in Asia, or a seller based in North America. So that's why I basically considered which payment gateways actually work really well based on the seller's location. By seller, I mean the site owner or the merchant. And in this case, the very first payment gateway I recommend if you are a merchant or a seller based in Europe, it is Mollie Payments. You can collect payments from a number of payment processors and banks. And this would include these many options over here. For example, from PesaPal, from SEPA, from Klarna, and all these other options available here. And they actually offer several integrations. But in this case, we are building a site on WooCommerce, and they actually have a WooCommerce plugin that you can easily install and start receiving payments. So when we come over here to our plugins area in our website, come to add a new plugin, and here you can simply search for Mollie. And over right here, you can install this plugin called Mollie Payments for WooCommerce. I have it already installed. I'll simply activate. So when I activate, it will redirect you back over here to the plugins area. And when you go to the Mollie settings, this will ask you to actually create an account on the Mollie website with your WooCommerce store, and then you can start collecting payments from several banks and card processors. Just to give you a hint on which countries are supported to use this payment gateway company are people who are in the European Economic Area. So if you are a seller based in one of these countries over here, then you are able to use Mollie Payments. Now, once you sign up, then you are able to log into your Mollie Payments account. Once you log in, then you want to actually generate some keys that you are going to use to connect to your site. So you come over here to developers, come over here to API keys. But before you actually start receiving payments, you have to add in your documentations for your company, and then you'll be able to get your account approved, which will enable you to integrate Mollie Payments with your website. For demo purposes, I could get this test API, and then when I came over here to my WooCommerce website, I simply pasted over here my test API and then save changes so that I could test out this, whether it works on my website. But once you have your documents approved, you can simply just come over here after adding your website, copy the live URL, and then come over here and then paste the URL and then enable. So when you have your account approved, then you'll be able to start receiving payments from all these payment providers. That's it all for Mollie Payment Gateway, and that's how you can start collecting payments if you are based in the European Economic Area. Next on the list on some of the payment gateways that I recommend is to check out. I have personally used to check out in my country before they actually closed shop. And now this is why I actually really love to check out when it was still available in my country. One of the reasons is that with to check out, if you are in a country that is not PayPal supported like Uganda and several others, to check out can help you collect payments from your clients who want to pay you with PayPal. And those payments will go to your to check out account, which you will later transfer to your bank account. And that is really awesome because in regions like where I come from, some payment processors are not supported or they are basically not available for sellers in those regions. And now with a payment processor like to check out, you are able to use it to collect payments even from payment processors that are not available in your region like PayPal. And for example, if we go here to the sign up page just to take you through, I come from Uganda, so if you search for Uganda to sign up, I'm not able to sign up as a seller from Uganda. But if you are a seller from, let me say, Turkey, you are able to sign up. If you are a seller, let me say, from Kenya, you are able to sign up. And I was also shocked, like if you are a seller from Burundi, you are also able to sign up. What you need to start using to check out? One, you have to be in one of the supported countries. Two, in your WooCommerce website, add a new plugin and then search for to check out. Unfortunately, they don't have like an official plugin from to check out, but I found this one from NMedia. Simply install, activate the plugin, and now you'll have a new plugin here called WooCommerce to check out payment gateway. And when you come over here to payment settings, but in this case I enable demo mode because I want to demo for you how this works. Now that will call for you as well to create an account on the to check out website. So by coming over here to check out, I am going to say login. Okay, maybe you're questioning how am I able to have this account when I'm based in Uganda? I created a demo account based in another country, but obviously I'm not able to use it. But for demo purposes, I'll take you through this. So come over here under integrations. After logging in, look up for webhooks and API. And then here you go. There is what they call the merchant code. You copy this. And once you go live and you're required with any of these API keys, this is where you'll have to come and grab them from. In this case, I have the demo account enabled. So I'll enable this, save changes. So now I can receive payments, and not only that, but also PayPal, which is not only a payment gateway, but also one of the leading payment processors in the world that has over 200 million users. That means that you can be paid by over 200 million PayPal users without actually owning a PayPal account. And this also is mentioned by to check out once you sign up. So now when I go over here to the payments portal in WooCommerce, I'll make sure that I have my to check out payment option enabled. Now I'll come over here to my checkout page. I'm going to reload. Now you will see that I have now the option to be paid using any of these other cards, credit card, debit card, but also PayPal. Great. So if now your client confirms, then they're able actually to place the order on your website, and then you'll be able to receive a payment notification or an order notification on your website, as well as a payment going to your to checkout account, which you can later withdraw to your bank account. So in case you want me to go through each individual payment gateway and how to set up your bank account and bank details and all that stuff, let me know down in the comment box below. But before I close up this section about to check out payment gateway, I have to mention that this payment gateway is moderately good for all sellers because, hey, you are able to collect payments globally, I mean from the entire world. But before you actually consider using it, make sure that your country is supported by to check out. On to the next one is PayPal. PayPal is arguably one of the most popular and used payment gateways out there, a platform that users can use to make payments to different merchants or retailers, and a platform merchants can use to receive payments for the goods they are selling on their websites. And I have personally used PayPal to sell and receive payments from the different websites I run and services that I provide. However, in several countries and regions, PayPal restricts what you can actually use it for. In this case, a country like Uganda, where I come from, you are not able to use PayPal to receive payments. But to our neighbor on the east, which is Kenya, you are able to receive payments for the goods or services that you're providing using PayPal. PayPal. So if you are in a country where PayPal is supported, I would highly recommend that you consider them. And one of the reasons why people prefer to pay with PayPal is because of the security, or the buyer security, where you can always request for a refund, cancel a payment, and you are guaranteed that you'll always claim your money back. So if you are wondering whether PayPal is available for you in your country to be able to receive payment as a merchant or a seller or a business, then you'll have to go to this PayPal page to check out the details about your country. That aside, also PayPal offers a number of withdrawal options. If you receive payments in your PayPal account, how can you get them out of PayPal to your bank? Now, there are many options depending on the country where you come from, but in certain countries, PayPal enables you to send money directly to your bank account by bank transfer options. But even in certain countries, you are able to withdraw your money to your debit or credit card or even a prepaid card, which I think is an awesome option, because sometimes you don't merely have a bank account, but you simply have a prepaid card where you would want to send your payments to. You can be an individual, you can be a business, but for as long as in your country PayPal is supported, you are able to receive payments, just like I am able to receive payments from different companies, agencies, and as well as being able to request payments using an invoice, and someone or a client or a brand is able to pay you straight up into your PayPal account. So how can you integrate PayPal with your website? I'll go to plugins and then come over here and then look up for PayPal WooCommerce. And there is this plugin over here that is called WooCommerce PayPal Payments by WooCommerce. Simply install, have it activated. So I'll activate it over here. Once you have it activated, then inside your plugin area, you'll have the new option called WooCommerce PayPal Payments. Go to settings. Now this will prompt you to either sign up or sign into your PayPal account, and the two will be integrated. And this is one of the reasons why I like this plugin, because you're not going to go into PayPal, then look up for which API setting, which API key. It does everything for you on the spot. And once you have the two integrated, you'll have your merchant ID linked over here, the client live ID, and also the client live secret. And in case you want to test this out, you can simply enable to test your WooCommerce installation in the sandbox. I am going to reload my checkout page. Now you will see that I have PayPal as a payment option down below here. You see, pay via PayPal. If someone acknowledges that they have read and agreed to the website terms and conditions, then they can choose to either pay with their PayPal account or just simply pay using their credit and debit card. Now, what's the difference between the two? You can have PayPal as a payment gateway, but that doesn't mean that you should only receive payments from people who are using PayPal. It means that you can receive payments from other card users who are not on PayPal, but those funds will be settled in your PayPal account. Let's move on to the next one. Well, so if you come from where I come from, Africa, and especially the parts of Eastern and Southern Africa, payments, online payments is another topic. It's actually a big topic over here because there are many restrictions and limited options out there to use as a merchant to receive payments online. And part of that is because of a number of reasons, from regulations, scams, restrictions from payment processors, for example, like MasterCard or Visa card, and a lot of gray in between. So this has actually birthed a number of great options by Africans for merchants in Africa. And there are several options, but in this video, I am only going to share about the few that I have actually used myself and tested out. One of that is Flutterwave, and the other is called PesaPal. I'll start with Flutterwave. So Flutterwave is this payment gateway company that enables you to collect several number of payments from debit card, credit cards, barter payments, and as well as mobile payments. In Africa, mobile payments are actually a big thing where someone uses their mobile phone and makes a purchase on our website or simply send a payment to their family or friend. But that on the side, Flutterwave has actually partnered with a huge payment gateway company, which is PayPal, to enable merchants in Africa to receive payments from PayPal users as well. But this actually has a catch because apparently Flutterwave is only allowing merchants from PayPal accepted countries in Africa to be able to receive payments from PayPal users. I mean, why is it that there is even this integration or partnership? Because at the end of the day, if someone would easily install the WooCommerce payment gateway plugin for PayPal and their country is already supported to sell on PayPal, then why would I have to go through Flutterwave? Of course, there are some reasons out there, but This partnership for me came off like, if I am a registered business on Flutterwave, I don't need to be having a working and running PayPal account. Just like you see how to checkout did it. I mean, if I have a to checkout account fully registered, I don't need to open a PayPal account so that I can receive payments from PayPal users. All I need is to have the to checkout account and be able to collect payment from PayPal users as well. This is what I expected Flutterwave to be doing. Unfortunately, it is not the story. And from my experience and what my clients have actually been going through is that there are a lot of support issues, especially clients from East and Southern Africa. I mean, because Flutterwave is centered in West Africa, especially Nigeria and Ghana, I think they are specializing or putting much of their efforts in that market and forgetting about other markets in which they operate. For example, like in Kenya, in Uganda. And as a business, you wouldn't want to use a platform that will not give you full support when you actually need them. Anyway, if you want to check out Flutterwave and you want to try them out, and I would highly recommend if you want to use Flutterwave, if you are in the parts of West Africa, well and good, you can check it out and you can try to use them. But I would recommend a different option, which is PesaPal, if you are coming from Eastern and Southern Africa. And I'll talk about that in the next part of this video. But for now, if you want to check out Flutterwave, you'll come back here to your plugins area and you'll go to plugins and you look up for Flutterwave. I actually found two options, and one is having 2,000 active installs, the other has 6,000 active installs. But I went for this one over here, which was recently updated. What you will do is simply activate. In your case, you're going to install and activate because I have it already installed. Once it is activated, you're going to come over here to settings. There you have now two options. You can set to use the live mode if you have all the credentials like signing up on Flutterwave website and getting your business approved. So this option will enable you to collect payments from debit card, credit card users, mobile money users, and as well as barter users. And if you don't want the barter option, you can disable that over right here. So over down below here, you'll have to enter in your secret key and then public key so that you are able to integrate these two platforms together. I mean your WooCommerce website and Flutterwave. The question is, where do you get these settings from? So you will simply have to click over here to Rev account. So if you don't have an account, you can simply sign up for free and then get started. You can add several businesses to your Flutterwave account in case you're setting this up for a client or something. Up here, you can come and say, I want to choose a business. So I'll choose this business that I just added called GTU Test. And since I have enabled the test mode, so once you are out of the test mode, you can disable that option over here. And under the API option here, I can select my public API, secret API, and these options are what I'll come and paste over here. Since I'm in the test mode, I have the test public key and the test secret key, and that is what I simply added over right there. So since I have the test payment mode selected, I'll be able to test this payment out. Now, when you come over here to payments, you want to make sure that the Rev option is enabled. Now let's go to our checkout page. I'm going to reload this. I have my products already in the cart. I have already my billing details added. And now let's look at the options Flutterwave is giving us. Voila! We can now collect payments from card users, even mobile money users, using Flutterwave. So if you want to test this out and see if it actually works, so I'll say place an order. I am able to make a payment, and this is the payment method used and all that stuff. You can actually select that your website visitor will be redirected to a new window where they'll choose whether to use mobile payments, barter payment, or use card payments. The other option I actually shared about was regarding PayPal. So for example, when I go to account settings, and now when you see down below here, there is an option called enable PayPal. And this option is currently disabled. And that means that I cannot still use Flutterwave to accept PayPal payments. So that's it all for Flutterwave. Now let's move on to the next one and the very last one in this video, which is PesaPal. So if you're a merchant based in East and Southern Africa, to be specific, in these countries, that means Uganda, Malawi, Tanzania, Rwanda, Kenya, Zambia, Zimbabwe, then I think PesaPal is an option you should look into. And this is why. I have personally used PesaPal to process payments for an e-commerce website where I was selling handmade products. And the good thing with PesaPal, it also enables you to collect card payments from credit cards and debit cards to mobile money payments across all these countries. And why I would actually vouch for PesaPal, especially if you are coming from this region of East and Southern Africa, is that they have actually invested resources to make sure that their platform actually works really well. And their support teams are actually there to help you. I mean, in instances of where you're going to fall into issues or your client's payment is not being accepted once they are prompting to make a payment, which by the way happens most of the time, that your client's payments are declined. Maybe something in between the payment gateway and also the card provider like MasterCard or Visa card, you can easily reach out to these people and they will be there to help you. And I've actually experienced these payment failures several times. That's why I would say that there is no payment gateway that is 100% working flawless. But the most important bit is getting support when you need it. So once you sign up on their website and you come from any of these countries over here, you'll be able to access this kind of dashboard. Then you'll be able to actually add your bank details where you can actually be able to settle your funds by simply clicking over here to withdraw funds and then select the account where you want to transfer those funds, and boom, your funds will be in your bank account in a day or two. You can also create custom payment links and invoices and send them to a client, and they'll be able to settle that, which will also reflect in your PesaPal account. So the question is, how do you get started with PesaPal if you are coming from any of these regions? Simply go back to your plugins area. You're going to say add a new plugin. Inside the plugins area, it is actually really hard to figure out which one is a plugin that is coming from PesaPal, but there is a link that you can simply find out over here on their developer portal. And the good thing is that they don't only support WooCommerce website. People who are in the web hosting space, you also have the option to actually integrate with PesaPal, people who are using Shopify, and a lot more. In this case, I'm only interested in the WooCommerce option. So you can simply click over here. Then you actually have that plugin downloaded on your computer. You can upload it over here by going to upload. I already have that plugin installed on my website, but in case you want to check it out over here from WooCommerce, you can simply search for PesaPal, and it will be this plugin over here, the Bunch KE PesaPal Gateway for WooCommerce. It currently has over 2,000 active installs. Simply activate or install and activate. So how do we configure PesaPal to work on our website? I am going to go straight now to WooCommerce, settings, payments, and now I have the new option called PesaPal or PesaPal payment. I'm going to say manage. People can pay with their credit card or debit cards, and as well as mobile money options. This will include Airtel Money, MTN Mobile Money, M-Pesa, and also mobile payment options from other countries, Zambia, Malawi, where PesaPal is supported. I want to use the demo mode to test out this. So I entered these credentials over here. So where do you get these credentials? You can simply click over here on the demo PesaPal option. So that will take you to a page like this over here. You can decide to check out the developer portal, the API reference, and mobile money test in case you want to test out mobile money payments. I'm taken to this page over here where I can actually get test credentials for PesaPal. And here I'm redirected to this page where I can copy test credentials. So since I'm from Uganda, I can copy this customer key and I'll paste that key over right here, copy this as well, and then paste it over right there. Since I have the demo mode enabled, I'll just simply save changes and then come back here to payments. Just make sure that PesaPal is enabled as a payment option, and just like this over here. Now let's go to our website, our checkout page, to check out that we are actually able to receive payments using PesaPal. And now we have PesaPal as a payment option enabled here. They are not showing me any icons to display here, but just know it's enabled. I can receive mobile money payments and credit card payments. And for example, if I say I have agreed to the terms and condition, since I'm in the test environment, this will straight redirect me to the purchase summary page, which is over right here, and that's it for now. So if you want to go live, just make sure that you come back here to the PesaPal option, say manage, and then you disable the demo option here, and then you have to add now the customer key and then the secret key, which you'll actually get from PesaPal once you have your account approved. So before I close up this video, I want to respond to some questions that I received from my WordPress community here in Uganda regarding selling and receiving payments on your websites through WooCommerce. And one of the questions was like, are there payment gateways that you can use to accept both local mobile money and international payments? The answer is yes. Like I have shared, Flutterwave does this, PesaPal does this. and a couple of others I've also not mentioned in this video, and I don't want to mention them because I have not experienced using them in my own business, but I've heard about friends who are using them. But I would highly recommend a product like PesaPal, especially if you're running your business from the eastern and southern part of Africa where PesaPal is supported. You'll be fully covered on receiving mobile payments and also accepting international payments using cards. Then the other question that actually came up was regarding recurring payments or monthly payments as well. This is kind of a headache right now because apparently I have not come across a plugin or a platform that is accepting recurring payments locally. But platforms like To Checkout, I know they do support these, and you can always, set up recurring payments as well as PayPal. But also there are some other third-party plugins that you can use to actually collect recurring or monthly payments, which would now call for another separate video. So the other question was regarding if you can actually receive donations or payments through payment forms. This is possible, but for the payments I'm recommending and that are working well in this region, I mean in Eastern and Southern Africa, which is PesaPal, currently it is not supported. But I know this is supported through Flutterwave, but I know the headaches Flutterwave brings regarding support integrations and business approval and all that stuff. So I don't want now to go into the discussion of recommending something I personally wouldn't use, and that is my personal opinion anyway. So I hope this now wraps up this video regarding how you can receive payments through your WooCommerce website. It has been a bit longer than I expected, but all I wanted was to just give you my experience and how you can actually get off the ground and start running your e-commerce website using some of the best payment gateways out there that are not going to cause you a lot of headache. But this doesn't mean that you shouldn't test out other payment gateway platforms that I don't know about, or you could actually let me know those that are working in your experience that I have no idea about. So for now, I'll close up this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down in the comment box below. Have a good time and goodbye.